Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Deviate, and this is a UVL show review, event review. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but basically I'll be reviewing this event that I just went to. So this past weekend, I went to the Project 23 project launch, public discussion and listening event. That's what happened this past weekend. So a little bit of information about what Project 23 is. So Project 23 is basically the coming together of Namibian hip hop artists to make a compilation project. I think you can probably call it a mixtape. So it's mainly run by Andrew Bishop, also known as Drew. And honestly, there's a lot to say about Drew. This dude has been a fan as well as a contributor to Namibian hip hop for the longest time. Andrew was introduced to us as a photographer and a videographer, and he even went into taking steps of documenting Namibian hip hop history. This dude went around taking pictures of, all the trending rappers at the time. And that's a great service that he did for Namibian hip hop, because honestly speaking, artists don't have a tendency of having high quality pictures for them just to be used for publications and for newspapers and for even all media outlets like these. So we pretty much have to go and look for stuff on their social media, which is taken with their phones, and the quality has been reduced and it's just not good. So he went and created the platform Old and New, or New and Old, I think that's what it was, where he was just putting up small documentaries on Namibian artists. As well, he also got Namibian hip hop to shine at the Namas a while ago. So Andrew decided to put down the camera and pick up the microphone, and he gave us Project 23. Although Project 23 consists of various artists coming together, the main members of Project 23 would be Andrew, Uni, H3, Wise, and Miss Iverson. So as I mentioned before, Project 23 involved Drew putting out a call out to all hip hop artists to meet him at a backpackers so that they can record a project together. This is very similar to what he does with Kinonamia, getting directors, videographers, actors to come together and make a movie in 2 days. So it looks like he took that same idea and then applied it to hip hop and making a project. But that's enough about Project 23. Let's talk about the event itself. Project 23 was held at the Garden, that's just a little bit inside of town, and it was $100 and you get this ticket. Now the dope thing about this ticket, right, is that this is actually a double ticket. If you bought this ticket, you get a sticker, okay? You get to enter the Project 23 gig, as well as the next show that they'll be having. So I'm hoping that homeboy, sticks to his word and I get to use this ticket at the next event. That is a pretty good initiative. I think I might take this idea for the next show that I have. When we got there, the event seemed to be running behind the schedule, and I don't even know what was going on. It just felt like people were not ready. So that was a little bit of a downer. However, we got to get the feel and the kind of like insight of how Project 23 came around. On the stage, they set up the studio the same way that they set it up as they were recording Project 23. So I thought that was kind of dope. Drew was the main MC for the event, and he just gave us through introduction to everything about Project 23, everything that I just mentioned, as well as who the main members are and the point of the event and of the project, which is to foster collaboration within Namibian hip hop. After the introduction of what Project 23 is, we went into a listening session, as well as watching all the the music videos that came out through this project. Now, if you have been following Drew like myself, some of these things were not new, especially when it came to the side of the music videos that they put out there. They played the music video live, they played the cypher, the Project 23 cypher, and as well as the other song that he dropped, I think last year, when we actually started to find out that, you know, Drew can actually rap. And I have to say, the dude is a decent rapper. He has found his style of rap very quickly, like surprisingly quickly. He does a very good old school boom bap type of sound, and I'm very impressed at how he is as a rapper. Dude is a very, very good rapper. Another rapper who stood out was Uni. He reminds me very much of how people used to rap in the 90s, like how Namibians used to rap in the 90s and early 2000s. So that's the kind of style of rap that he does, and it will be very interesting to see how that style sounds now and how it manages to do that with a modern sound. So that is one of the unique things about Uni, and I'm actually looking forward to hearing more of him. So apart from the music videos that we've all seen that are on YouTube, you can go check them out. There were also songs that were on the project. Now, the unfortunate thing is that these songs weren't as good as the ones that they shot music videos for, except for one, and there was one song called Skate. Skate is the best song on the entire project, probably top 5 songs of the year or hip hop songs of the year. You know, it had Maps, Drew, J Black, and Jericho, and guys went hard on this song. I'm telling you, these guys did the proper stuff on this song, and Drew held his own. Drew had one of the best verses on this song. So imagine a fairly new rapper going up against seasoned rappers on one song, and you know, the new rapper comes out, you know, probably, you know, one of the best 2 verses on that entire song. So if you're going to listen to this project, go straight for Skate. Now, that being said, the other songs did not sort of like live up to the standard that was set by, you know, Skate. And it's unfortunate because Skate was the first song we listened to, and we were expecting all the songs to be on that level, and they just weren't. And to make things even worse, the songs that we listened to, they were not done being mixed and mastered, or at least some of them were not done being mixed and mastered. So we sort of got a half-baked project, and it's very hard for us to listen past the lack of quality. So I'm really hoping that with some of the songs, they would go back into the studio and re-record them. Some songs should be scratched entirely, but basically all the songs should meet that standard that Skate put for the entire project. After the listening session, they gave us a few performances. J Black came on. J Black, very, very seasoned rapper. Like, dude, it's kind of crazy when you think about it that a lot of people don't like J Black, but the dude can rap. Like, he's not known for nothing. Like, there's a reason why the dude gets booked at shows, and one of the dope things about it is the fact that the dude knows how to perform. He knows the type of songs that he performs, and the dude comes out audibly clear when he does it. So he was probably the best performance of the day. H3, Uni, and Wise also performed, and I gotta say, man, that was one of the worst performances I have ever seen. Like, yo, bruh, it was quite bad. I'll have to actually call out Wise on this one, because homeboy was performing, and instead of syncing with his verse, the dude started ad-libbing. Like, legit, it was crazy to just watch that. Like, dude, you're supposed to be, you know, rapping your verses. Now, it's understandable forgetting your verses and, you know, maybe mumbling through, but you don't ad-lib when you're performing live. it's your verse, perform your verse. It was a bad performance, probably the worst performance I've ever seen from a hip hop show. I cannot think of a performance that was as bad as this. Yeah, so yeah, dude, you gotta do better. After the performances, we got into a Q&A. I think they only asked one question, which was, how can Namibian rappers make money from their music? A lot of good answers were given out. One of the things that I remember was being said was, guys, don't cuss in your music because that music is not radio friendly and people want to play them in front of their kids. That one, was actually not received very well, especially from somebody like Wise. But yeah, my answer on this is just come out with a good product and sell that product. So it's a whole thing. I think we're going to probably cover that topic on the podcast. So make sure that you tune in on the next episodes of the podcast. We'll be answering that question really soon. But long answer short, come out with a good product that people want to buy. So come out with music that people want to listen to and find a way to sell that music. Final thoughts. Project 23 is a good project. However, the event itself was not the best. I would recommend that the next time that they actually launch the project itself, when the album comes out, or mixtape, I think it's a mixtape. I think it counts as a mixtape. When the mixtape comes out, when you launch the mixtape, I would recommend get yourself a proper seasoned MC whose job is just to keep the crowd engaged between sets. The other thing is practice. Like, everybody from the rapper to the person presenting what the project is about, y'all need to practice, rehearse, know what you're going to say, do everything that you're supposed to do ahead of time, so that when you're doing it, you're not really speaking off of, you're not freestyling the day of the event. So practice all of that. With those recommendations out of the way, I think that Project 23 is a good project. It's a great initiative. It's one of the dope things that can ever come out of Namibian hip hop. I hope that Drew will still continue this. I hope there'll be more projects. I gotta give it up for Drew, because this dude put this thing together with bare minimum, with a budget of practically zero, and the dude came out with something. At the moment, I would look at Project 23 as a diamond in the rough. It's valuable. It just needs to be shined, polished, and cut in the right way and put out there for display. That is what Project 23 is at its current state, a diamond in the rough. So the next time Drew puts out a call out, I would even be responding, because it's that good of a project. I totally believe in it. So Drew, if you're watching, keep it up, keep doing your thing, and I'll definitely be going to the next Project 23 show. And that's all that I got for you for today. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and let me know, were you at the Project 23 event? What do you think about the initiative? Will you answer the call when, Drew puts out another call out for all rappers to come through for Project 24? All right, so check me out in the comments down below. Those are my dogs. That means that I gotta go.